Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live with all of you. Sorry I am a couple minutes late getting in here, but I had to scarf down some food before I came live with you all. So if you are live with me and find me here, please comment and tell me hello. And we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. So let me make sure that I am live here with you guys and that I can see your comments here. And then we will get started in just a little bit. There I am. Okay. Anyway, just going to give it a couple minutes for some of you to find me. I am a tad bit late getting on here with you all tonight. So again, I apologize. So hopefully some of you start coming in and are able to find me okay. Again, I'm just going to give it a couple minutes before we get started. So welcome everyone to June 12th. I don't know how in the world we are already at June 12th. I don't know that at all. I feel like it is just going crazy, crazy fast this entire year. But here we are, middle of June, and happy to say that Natalie made it safely down to Orlando again for her next 7-month stint of working for Disney. So she made it there safe and sound. A little few hiccups that she had her first day, but she did make it there. So anyway, if you guys are finding me live, I think because I was a little bit delayed, some of you might not be having much luck finding me here, but I will give you just a couple more minutes. I think I've got a couple people popping on right now, and then we will go ahead and get started. But anyway, so Natalie left on Sunday. She went to the airport and officially starts her training again tomorrow, but she did have 3 days to be able to kind of do some fun things for herself. Hello, Pat, and welcome. But she had some fun days to do some things for herself, although it's very hot. So, of course, I've been giving her lots of advice about drinking, and making sure she stays hydrated. Hi, Philomena. So, but she is so far really enjoying it. She did get some body scans done to kind of see where she falls into different things for her entertainment roles. And so happy to see her have fun with that again. So Sunday was a very, not really sad day for me, but I was kind of blah. And I'm like, you know what? So I have been so crazy busy with graduation stuff. You know, I had family in town 3 different times the month of May. Once for dance recital, once for the actual graduation ceremony, once for a graduation party. So of course with family in town comes preparing for food and getting, bedding washed and all that kind of stuff. So we were very much so crazy busy the month of May. And I didn't have a lot of time to design things. I just was really, oh there, Carol, you found me. I saw your comment come in, but I wasn't able to. I was a little late coming in tonight, you guys. I apologize. I had to eat before I came live, and it wasn't done till about 10 to 7. And so I scarfed down some food before I went live with you guys. So I was about 5-6 minutes late, so I apologize. But anyway, so after Natalie got to the airport, I didn't go to the airport. I let my husband just take her to the airport. He was like, you can just tell her goodbye here, because otherwise you're going to be sad the whole trip there and the whole trip back, and no point in you sitting in a car and being sad. And I said, you're right. So we said our goodbyes here. Of course, we both started to cry a little, but I decided to do something fun for myself on Sunday, because I have not had much downtime to do that. So the bundle that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is one that I purchased when it first came out on live on the online promotion, online exclusives, and it is the Party Piggy stamp set and bundle and coordinating products. Most of you know that my daughters take pigs to the fair. Well, Natalie is no longer going to be able to do that. She aged out of our 4-H program. But Claire still does indeed still take pigs. And so I had to get this Party Piggy stamp set and bundle. It was sitting on the edge of my table for weeks, probably 6 weeks. And Jen kept saying, what is this for? And I said, it's for me to design. She goes, yeah, in what time? And so we kind of chuckled about it. And I said, oh, I'll get there. We'll get there. So I decided to come down and I watched one of my favorite. I like to watch When Calls the Heart. It's a Hallmark series, and I haven't been able to watch season 12, and so I decided to watch a couple episodes of that and design some fun cards for you guys. So, for the first time in a long time, I just had some downtime, and I came down here and I decided to create for all of you some cards using the Party Pig bundle. Now, they turned out so darn cute that I decided to offer this as a class. So I did not get the registration link ready before I went live with you, but it's almost ready. The registration link for the class will go live right after the class. I'm also going to be sending out an email, hoping to get back to some of my normal things that I was doing prior to my life going crazy. And so this class, I will tell you how it's priced and all of the products that you're going to get when I transition down to my stamp area. But I think you guys are going to really like this. It is really fun, and I'm really excited about sharing it with you. So anyway, so that's what we had going on this weekend. Natalie moved back down to Florida for 7 months, packed up all of her stuff in 2 big suitcases and a carry-on and a backpack. But she did it. She's there. Starts her day tomorrow. Claire is busy so far this summer. She has a job working about 30 to 35 hours a week on campus. She's actually in my building, so she gets to work. She got a job working in our president's office, the president of our university. So she's a student assistant there and started working about a month ago, but actually picked up more hours and is doing close to full-time this summer. And then we'll have this job to go to between classes during the academic year when school starts and college starts up. So we're really excited for her for that opportunity to be able to work a little bit. It's her first, we call it her first real job. I mean, she has done work for my husband. She has babysat, but this is her first actual job. So, excuse me guys, I had a tickle in my throat. So we are really excited for her to be able to, find one that she likes, and she really enjoys everybody that she works with. So anyway, you guys know that I do some sharing, and I didn't get anything out for sharing. So I am going to I have what we were going to give away last week that I will share. And then in just a couple minutes, Jen is here. She's going to go and find a couple things for me to be able to tell you what you guys are going to be getting next week. But like I said, I was scarfing food down because I was so hungry that I had all of my... So the neat thing about designing is after I designed it, I just set it right up for my Facebook Live because I had no classes this week. And so I was all set up except for the sharing and my notes. So no notes tonight, you guys. You're getting it just as I'm talking here. But anyway, if you shared my video, I did pick my sharing people with the wheel. And so if you shared my video, you got into the drawing to win some prizes. And our 2 winners are, we have the Shades of Green Hexagons. Shades of Green Hexagons. Hello to Patty and Shelby and Cindy. So I'm trying to see some things coming in here. Thank you, Jen. But the winner of the Shades of Green is Hexagons is Nancy Snowblin. So congratulations to Nancy. So Nancy, those will come in the mail to you. And then the winner of this awesome little shaker, and you're going to actually see me using some things similar to this for shaker cards tonight. Yes, we're going to be making some shaker cards. Hello, Marcy, and welcome. So I'm really excited about doing some shaker cards tonight. So, but the winner of the Itty Bitty Boca Mix is Kathy Williams. So congratulations to Kathy and to Nancy. So those of you who might be new to watching my live might be saying, how do I get in your drawing to win stuff? All you gotta do is share my video and let others know about my creativeness with my stamping. And so if you do that, I have 2 different prizes that are up for grabs next week. I have the Tiny Bee Trinkets and Real Red and White Twine, okay? So that's what we will be drawing for next week. Thank you, Jen, for coming to my rescue. And some of you might be saying, why is Jen there on a Thursday night? I want to make sure you all know about my BOGO sale. So we have just finished putting, I shouldn't say we, Jen has just finished putting the finishing touches on getting everything set up. So that is not my forte, and it is hers. So she has my garage looking beautiful. So just want to explain to you my BOGO sale that I do in person and online for those of you that might live long distance. So I'm a demonstrator from the Mount Pleasant, Michigan area. So I do have people that travel from the state of Michigan to come to my BOGO sale. Here's how it works. I price everything that has retired in the Stampin' Up! Catalogs, online exclusives, any of the catalogs from the last year. I price it at catalog prices. If it's a half a bolt of ribbon, I kind of adjust the price accordingly. If it is a half a pack of paper, I adjust the price. But let's just say, off of all of my retired tables, you pick $100 of product. That product becomes your free stuff. And then I just simply ask you to place an order with me of the same amount. And you pay for the order plus the shipping and tax on the order. So if you buy $100 from my BOGO tables, you give me an order for $100 in retail before shipping and tax. And it's a win-win. You guys get lots of free, awesome things, and I'm getting rid of things that's going to gently use things that's going to nice homes. And you guys are getting new product, and I'm getting a sale from all of you with new catalog stuff. So it's kind of what I've been doing with my business now. This is, I think, the 13th year that I'm doing this BOGO sale. And so it has been a fan favorite of all of my customers for very many years. So how does it work online? So first of all, we give you the hours of it. If you're local to the center of Michigan, I'm right in the center, 2 hours from any point in Michigan, 2.5 maybe for some areas. But I live in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and it goes tomorrow and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's in my house garage, so it's accessible. There are no stairs that you have to climb or anything like that. So that is when my BOGO sale is. This is kind of the kickoff for all new things from all 3 of the catalogs that just we just had in the last year. And then how I do my online sale is I have a Facebook group. It's called the online BOGO sale with my name. It says Kim Vogel. I have posted the link a few times over in both my page here and in my group. You simply join the Facebook group. On Saturday after my sale, I will create albums where all of the items will be posted in those albums. So it'll say stamp sets, bundles, designer paper, cardstock, all that kind of thing. And then if it's something that you want, you just claim want or sold or whatever word you want to use. When you're all done, I will add everything up, and then you just put in an online order, or if you're not computer savvy, prefer that I put the order in for you, I can, and then I will ship you all of the retired things that you have picked. I do then PayPal or Venmo or whatever kind of payment. I do ask for the shipping to be paid for me to ship the product to you. So it's a really good way for anybody to be able to take part in my my BOGO sale. So if there's anything that you want that maybe you didn't get that's retired, this is a good chance to get it, because more than likely I have it. So anyway, that's the big thing for this week is my BOGO sale. So yep, I just finished with a graduation party, moving Natalie. This is my last big thing for a while, and I'm excited to tell you that I'm looking forward to a little bit more downtime to kind of get back to doing more of my regular things for all of you with my stamping and creating and all that good stuff. Okay, so with that, I'm trying to think if there's any other updates. So Stampin' Up, obviously the new catalog is out. Most of you, I think, have it. So if you have any questions, let me know. There will be some new online exclusive products. Now again, online exclusive simply means you can only view them online. It doesn't mean you have to order them online. You can let me know and I'll be happy to order them for you. But there are some new products coming out in the online exclusive section of our website for our customers next month. So make sure you check that out. One of the bundles that I got that I can't wait to design with, it's actually, I think, was delivered to my porch today and it's still up there. But they have a tractor bundle. So I grew up on a small dairy farm, so tractors are near and dear to my heart. But it's a tractor looking bundle or stamp set with coordinating dies. So yes, you'll be seeing me create with that one, ladies. So all right, with that, are you guys ready to see this online exclusive class that I have designed for you? Again, you can purchase this class. I will have a link posted and an email will go out shortly after my live has ended tonight. So if you're not on my email list yet, make sure you go to kimsbasementbunch.com. A pop-up will come up for you to be able to join my mailing list. So again, it's kimsbasementbunch.com. And my website's been a work in progress. It needs to have some updates done to it, but it's still an active website. I have a form on there for you to complete to be able to join my mailing list, and then you'll get the email with the link. I'll also be posting the link to the class right here in my Facebook group and on my Facebook page as well. Okay, so with that, are you guys ready? I see we have a few more people that have joined us, so hello to Linda and Courtney and everyone else that might still be here. So let me transition down to my stamp area. And I'm going to let you guys see what I have got created for you, and we're going to make these together. Now, this bundle does include all the products to make some fun shaker cards. So it's a really fun Facebook Live tonight, and I really hope that you enjoy these cards that I created for you just on Sunday of this week. As I was saying goodbye to Natalie to keep me busy, I turned to stamping. You guys, I'm telling you, the power of stamping sometimes can be so magical, and it was really what I needed on Sunday. Just some time for me to get back to doing something that I love with no stress of having it to be rushed for a class or rushed for this. It was awesome, and I really enjoyed these cards, and so I hope that you enjoy them tonight as well. Okay, so with that, let me transition my camera down. So bear with me, guys. You're only going to see a little sneak peek, and then I do need to also move my computer so that you guys can, I can see your comments, so bear with me. Yep, you're getting a little peek of the, oh, sorry for the shake, shake, shake there. Okay, and my new computer that I got is really big, so I have to be very careful on turning it. But I do want to be able to see your guys' comments. So there we go. Okay, so this is the awesome Party Piggy bundle. I am going to move my cards because I don't want you guys to see all of them just yet. I know, right? I'm kind of keeping it a secret. It's a suspense, right? Okay, so let me just tell you first how I have this class priced. So if you are interested in the class, it includes 8 cards. So it is the 4 cards you're going to be seeing tonight. But all cut with all the supplies to make 2 of each one, okay? You'll get the Party Piggy bundle, which is so fun. You get this stamp set right here. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and I like to store my photopolymer stamp sets like this. I do keep the little clear plastic pieces that they're on, and I put them inside the cover right here. You can kind of see them in there. But I do like to store my, my dies like this because it does give me, or I mean the stamp set, because it does give me the power to kind of, I need to move my comments down, guys. Bear with me here. My computer's not moving down. So, yep, my hand's going to be in the way for a minute. Okay, so anyway, but I do like how I store them like this. To me, it just gives me a little bit more freedom to be able to know that it's all there and nothing's like moving around in the stamp set. So that is what I do. So you get this awesome, oh, then I moved my sheets. There we go. So you get this awesome Party Piggy stamp set and coordinating dies. So here's what the dies look like. The little case of dies, but they're so cute. So in the dies, you get the die to cut out the pig's head. You get the one to cut out the body. You get the one to cut out the shaker dome, which I'm going to show you that in just a couple minutes. I'll show you that. Well, yeah, I'll show you that here in just a couple minutes. You get the one to cut out the hat, and then you get the one to cut out the flags. Okay, so you get all the pieces to cut out all these parts. Now, how it works when you cut out the pigs. Let me show you this. Even though I'm not going to do this card just yet, I do want to show you how that works. So when you cut out the pig's body, okay, this is the body, all you do is you add this cute little shaker or this cute little circle to the middle, and it's going to cut that out for you to put a little pot belly on the piggy and add some fun little embellishments inside of there. Okay, so that is what I did on this one. You'll see me make this card here in just a couple of minutes. And it's really, really fun. So again, for the class, you get this bundle. This bundle is $38.50, so it's a very reasonable bundle. So with the class, again, you get the 8 cards plus envelopes, so 4 cards, 2 of each one, plus the envelopes. And then you're going to get, let me move it out of the way, you're going to get a whole pack of these small circle shaker domes. Now these domes are the perfect fit for that opening in the pig's belly. You get 12 of them, so you'll use 8 of them. You'll have enough to do 4 additional cards on your own. And you're going to get a whole package of these loose shaker elements. So these loose shaker elements look like this right here, and they're really, really fun and cool for putting inside of your pig's bellies. Okay, So that is what you get for, again, the cost of this I haven't told you yet. So again, one of these is $8, one is $7.50, the bundle's $38.50, plus all the cards with envelopes and a typewritten tutorial for $75. That does include the shipping. So, I mean, I literally have priced this class to just include everything that you need to be able to make the class, okay, and do everything that you might need to do. So that is kind of how the class works. So the registration link for that will open up. My computer's being silly, so I need to pull it up closer, guys. But registration for this class will open up shortly after my Facebook Live, and then you will be able to, I know I hate not using a mouse, and that's part of my problem here with this tonight, guys, so bear with me. I'm not able to see your guys' comments, and I want to. There we go. Okay. Hopefully I'm not lost, or I'm still okay, because it looks like I'm okay on my end here with all of you, so hopefully I am. Okay, who's ready to see the first card? You guys, these were really fun to do. So my team, if any of my team members are watching, they got a couple of sneak peeks on these cards last night at our team meeting. So it was kind of fun. So this is the first card that I created using this awesome stamp set and dies. Now, one thing I wanted to talk to you a little bit about is you can kind of get creative in using different colors of pink and things for this stamp set, or for the color of the pig. So for this, I used Petal Pink for my card base, and I'm just going to fold it in half, 5.5 by 8.5, and then I used a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of this is the pecan pie. So let me bring this in here and adhere this one down. I did emboss this with the, I think it's the well-worn embossing folder. So you got a little bit of a pattern here, and I used some of the paper that carried over. So this paper is the, I think it's the country lace or the country something paper, but it carried over from our annual catalog that we had. This came out last year and it carried over. And I thought that some of the wood grain pattern was perfect to kind of go with the pig. I did add a little bit of this color to, oh, I didn't add the one underneath here first. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but I added the little wood grain one underneath on the bottom first. So we're just going to add this one along the bottom here like this. And then this one's going to go across like that. And then this one is going to go here. So again, I just used pieces and parts of paper that I had. And then I did some stamping of the pig. So the pig here I stamped using Memento black ink, and I stamped this onto the Petal Pink cardstock. And you can see here that I did a little bit of coloring. So all I did was use the dark Petal Pink blend, and I just colored in the ears a little bit here. So you can see that I'm just coloring in the ears, the nose here. So these cards, you guys, are so stinking cute and fun. They were so fun to do. Now, I didn't make them all shaker cards because, as you know, shaker cards you really can't send in the mail. So shaker cards would have to be a card that you give someone, or you may have to pay extra for it, which is okay. But I know with the cost of postage, it can make it kind of tough. So I gave you guys a few options. And here's the thing. If you purchase the class and decide that you don't want to make your cards shaker cards, you could easily make all of them just regular as well. Because here's the neat thing. You are getting the bundle. So you'll be able to stamp these, and you will get the pieces of cardstock colors to be able to stamp and punch them out. But you'll be able to, if you don't want to use the circle to punch out the belly, you don't have to, okay? So that's the neat thing about the stamp set and dies being included, is that you can make it any way that you want. So we're just going to add the piggy's belly on here. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I went with a different color. I kind of wanted like a bluish color, and my nail tech said to me, Kim, you don't really like blue. How about a purplish blue? And I went, okay. So this is what he picked for me. So that's how I ended up. I said, I'm just ready to not have pink for a change. And I think he thought I was sick. All right, so there we have the cute little piggy put on there with just some dimensionals and things. And then I did stamp the little flag, and I colored it. Since these were some of the colors in the designer paper, I chose to color the flags with the pool party and the petal pink there. So I am going to add a little dimensional to this. And we're just going to put this behind here like the pig is hanging on to that cute little banner there. And I'm going to show you a neat little way how I stamped the happy birthday to you. So I tried to incorporate a couple little neat techniques and things that sometimes we can forget about on how to do things. And so I thought it would be fun to show you this. So this stamp is actually very straight. It is not curved at all. So you can see here that I have it as happy birthday to you and it's curved. The neat thing is that you can curve this on your own when you put it on the block. So let me get it at a better angle. So all I'm doing is curving this, making it go up a little bit on the block. So I might want it up a little bit more on this side. So there you go. You can see how I just kind of curved that. And then I stamped it onto a basic white scrap. So let's do that. And then I just cut it, you guys. So this is a neat way to make your stamps. You can only do this with the photopolymer stamps. It will not work for you if you have the red rubber stamps. It has to be the photopolymer. But you can manipulate that stamp. It will not ruin the stamp at all. And you have a different little way of doing it, because I kind of wanted it to look like a banner. So isn't that kind of fun, you guys? Something, again, I know you all probably have seen that, but sometimes we just forget about things. So it's nice to kind of have another little refresher. So I'm just going to kind of cut this down around here. And the happy birthday to you is then going to go onto my card. So happy birthday to you. And let me get that excess off there because I don't like that. It's hard for me to hang on to that much. And there we go. Happy birthday to you. Isn't that neat? I know. So something fun and different that you can try as well to kind of make things work a little bit different for you. I'm going to add a couple of, well, I'm just going to add one dimensional for the sake of time because I just realized, you guys, it's 7:33 and I still have 3 more cards to share with you. So happy birthday to you. Isn't that fun? I know, right? So fun and different. The last thing I did, and I'm not going to do it tonight because I don't want my hands to be all sticky and gluey, but I did add a little bit of liquid glue and added some of those little shakers from the whole little packet that you're going to get if you purchase the class. I added those onto the card, just a couple of places to add a little bit of fun to that. And that is the first card, you guys. How fun is that? So fun. And you can see I actually put the pig at a little bit of a different angle on the card that I created tonight from the one that I created previously. So that is my first card that I wanted to share with you. My second card is going to be one of the shaker dome cards. And this one I want it to be really, really fun and bright because this card says, let's party. So I wanted this little piggy to look like he was having a lot of fun. You are welcome, Sarah. I'm glad you like that little tip. So I wanted this to be bright and colorful. So I added yellow into this. I just thought it was kind of fun. So this is where you can see the little dome with the little pot belly piggy, but look how cute that is. So these are the cards, like I said, they're kind of high. You would not be able to ship them through regular mail, but isn't that just cute? So I'm going to show you how I made this. It's so, so cute. Now, I did not price the class with the baker's twine or the linen thread. I know most of you probably have something like that, so I wanted to still keep the price kind of reasonable. So I really included the bundle with the domes and the shaker elements and thought you guys can add your own ribbon or your own other embellishments as you would like. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to assemble this card, okay? Let me move it to the side here so you guys can still see it. So I started with a piece of petal pink. So this one is petal pink for the card base. And then I layered it with a 5 1/4 by 4 matte of Darling Duckling. That is one of our new in colors. Now I do still have one opening left in my in color club. So if any of you, if you've ever wanted to get all of the new in colors and you're like, okay, how do I get the new colors? I don't want to buy them all at once. It's a great way that you can do, get a few in colors, one new in color every month for 5 months. So if you want more information on that, please ping me and let me know, and I'd be happy to share with you a little bit more about that. Then the next mat on this card that I did 5 by 3 3/4 is the crumb cake. Okay, and then here's where you're going to see me layer my piggy. So here's the head. Again, I stamped that onto Pretty in Pink cardstock with Memento black ink. I used the same thing I did with the previous card. I used color on color. So this is the dark Pretty in Pink marker. But I do want to share with you how I did the little belly. So I know I showed you this earlier in tonight's video. So what I did is I stamped this out and then stamped it and then used the body of the pig, but I put that circle die right in the center as well. So it cuts out the center and it makes it perfect for one of those domes to fit in here. I did color the little hoofs of the pig using dark crumb cake on this one, so it looks a little bit different. So let me share with you a couple tips and tricks on these domes. You guys, if you are afraid of shaker cards, you have got to get the ones when Stampin' Up! Does exactly what they did here, where they make it easy for you to be able to do them. So these are the domes and how they look. I'm going to pull one out of here. So this one has tape on the top and the bottom. One little tip and trick that I'm going to tell you about these domes is these little things like to stick to the top. You can see I'm still having a little bit of an issue with that. But one of the things that I did to kind of make it so that they wouldn't stick to the top, and how I knew they stuck was by just putting them in there. So what I did is I went and got one of my embossing buddies, and I just ran my embossing buddy inside of this to remove any of the static. And that really, really helped those little pieces not cling to the top of this and stick on top of it for me, okay? So that's one of the things that I did. The other thing that I did is I actually stuck the top, or put this right on top of there first. So I'm going to take off the top one, not the bottom one yet. So I'm just going to pull off this top one, and they come right off, you guys. They're pretty simple. So this will come off like that, and I'm just going to stick my little pig's body right on top of that and push this down really good. Okay, so that is going to stick to my pig. All right, so there you have the top of the first part. Now you might be saying, what's the easiest way to get those little things in there and then turn it upside down? No, you guys, we're gonna put them right on here first. So you do have to be a little bit strategic with this. And it might not even hurt to rub your, take your embossing folder and rub a little bit in the middle where you're going to be putting your little sprinkle thingies. And we're just gonna add them right to the middle of the card where I kind of want to put the body, okay? So you can see here, you can add as many or as little as you want. You're going to be getting the whole pack here. So, and I like it to shake really good. So we're going to add a good number to this one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put this just on top of here to see if that's where I want my pig to go. And it looks pretty gosh darn good, you guys. So I'm just going to make sure that my pile of these is really good and in the middle here, so that when I put this around, it's not going to have any that won't fit, because you don't want them to be on top of the seal. You want them all to be in the inside, okay? And now I am ready to peel off this other backing. So again, like I said, it's double-sided here. We already have the one glued down. So there, that other one comes off. And all you're gonna do is, let me bring my one back in. So I do have him at a little bit of an angle, and I'm just going to glue this down. And voila, you guys, you have, make sure you get that seal around there really good. And you have just created a shaker card. And see how not many are sticking to the top? You're still gonna have a few, but not as many stick to the top because I did that little trick with the embossing buddy. Isn't that cute? So simple, guys. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the piggy head on here. Now this I did not use any dimensionals because I didn't want to, you are welcome, Sarah. Yes, that is my little trick, and it works wonderfully every single time. All right, then I have my little party hat, so we're gonna add a little party hat here to my piggy, and I colored him with the little hat with, let me put that at an angle, looks better at an angle. And I colored that with the light Highland Heather and then the pretty in pink, okay? So those were my two colors that I used for that. And then I have the flag as well, because you know we're going to be having a party, so we have to add all the goodies here, every single thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this, and I need to add this under his arm a little bit. I think it looks better like that than on top. There, we're going to add it like that. And from there, the Let's Party. So I have my little Let's Party thing. So this would be fun, like to give to a, actually it's graduation season. I think this would be a fun card to give to a high school graduate that just says Let's Party, and then put inside congratulations on your graduation. How cute would that be? And I know that we've got a good handful of those to go to yet. We actually have, so after my BOGO sale on Saturday, we have one of Claire's really good friends to go to. We have someone from our church. We have one on Friday nights. We have one on, yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, 'tis the season for open houses. But we're going to try our best to get all of the BOGO stuff posted online, though, before I leave for my graduation party. So that is the plan. So the final thing that I did, I'm not going to do it on tonight's card just to save a little bit of time. Thank you, Lori. Is I added a double bow using some of the linen thread, okay? But really, you guys, it doesn't even need that. I mean, isn't that just a cute card just like that? But you can get creative and use so many different colors in between here and really make it pop. You know, you could use blue if you're into blue. You could use purple. You could use so many different colors. But I love how quick and simple that card was to make. Okay, so my next card, and again, these are all the cards you guys are going to be getting with the class. So we would give you all the cardstock pieces. You would have to stamp your own, but we'll have all of like the card mats and bases and things like that cut. I will have all the product ordered for you. So when you get it, you can literally sit down, grab your Big Shot machine or your Stampin' Emboss die cut machine and put these amazing cards together. Okay. So the next one I'm going to share with you is another shaker one. I did 2 shakers and 2 knots, okay? So this shaker card, I did a little bit different. I stamped the pig on white, and then I did color it with the petal pink the blends here, okay? But same kind of thing. You can see that the embellishments in there look a little bit different because they're on the white's on the background instead of it being this one. You can see the background is the crumb cake, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a different look. So let's go ahead and I'll show you again how to do one more shaker card because you guys are so fun to do. You're gonna get addicted to them because these makes it look so much fun. I'm so sorry, Philomena. I'm not sure why you are losing me tonight. I think I'm okay. I haven't heard anybody else that has too much trouble, but I apologize. Okay, so for this one, I used the Smoky Slate for the card base, and then I have a layer of 4x3 of these. This might be 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 of the petal pink, followed by a layer of the basic white. And I'm just going to adhere these two together, and then we are going to start putting together our little piggy. Okay, thank you, Philomena. So I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of this, and this is going to go up near the top because I want to have room to put, look at that saying, you guys, I am so proud of you. Also another great one for graduations, for just all kinds of, just a just because card, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so for this one, I stamped the pig in basic white. You can see here, this is the one that I stamped with and cut them out and used the circle again to make the room for that perfectly sized dome. And here's the little head. Now these I did color with my blends. So I am going to color this real quick. Again, I wanted to do this so that you guys had different ways in which you can color and make this cute little pig work, okay? So, and I'm going to color on top of the some of this with the crumb cake, but I'm just going to color around this. I don't want to color my backdrop here, so I'm just going to kind of move him around on my little scrap of white here. So here we go. Ta-da! So you can see that you can get many different looks with this pig stuff. You can go with, you know, coloring them all. You can use some of the pink colors. So you can kind of get creative with it in any way that you would like to. All right, so I'm going to bring in the pig's head so that I can do the same thing with the pig's head here. This is the light blend because you can see on the pig's nose and on his little ear there that I did go in with the dark, but you can color the whole thing with the light and then just go back on top with the dark and add in some of the texture and some of the darkness that you might want, okay? So here we go. I'm just going to add to color this in here. Here we go. All right, so there we have the cute little pig, and then I'm going to bring in my dark, and we're going to just kind of darken his little nose and the little ear part here. And then we're gonna bring in the dark crumb cake, and I'm just gonna kind of offset a little bit of color here to the Piggy. I didn't want to do black. I thought black would make him look a little too stark. Although there are black and pink Piggies, because I have some at my house right now that are getting ready for the fair. Which we are hoping. Last year we were worried that they weren't going to make weight, and this year we're worried that they're going to get too big on us. So we're getting a little, hopefully our last year we have it right down to a science. That's our goal. Okay, so same thing here. I'm going to add a little bit of this to the, where I'm going to put my little shaker things. And I'm going to get another one of these little shakers. Again, I find that it works really good to take all the static out of it with the little embossing buddy that we use for heat embossing. And I'm going to add some of these little shakers to the card again. So this is the easy way to do it, you guys, without it making a mess. You're going to add your pieces to your card. You can always move them over to the middle more. So don't worry if they kind of fly everywhere, which you can see they are doing that a little bit here on me. We'll move them to the center in just a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of put them on the card very carefully. I'm going to add one more pinch because I like to have shakers in these cards. Okay, and I'm just going to cover them up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully move all of these again to the center. It's okay if they're all on top of each other, because once you start shaking, they're going to move around. And then we are going to do the same thing. So again, these domes have two-sided of this little, these little rings around them. So I'm going to take off the top one. Okay, so just like that. And then this is going to get put on like that. And again, you want to make sure you push this around really good so you got a really good seal on that. And then we're going to take off the back. I don't think these shaker cards, Stampin' Up! Makes these shaker cards so easy for us. There we go. Okay. And then we're just going to carefully put this down onto the card. Again, you want to make sure you get a really good seal around there. Really good seal. See how some of them are popping up a little bit? So that happens sometimes when you don't get enough of the static out. But it's okay. They still look really, really cute. And then we're just going to add the head on again. This head, you can get creative with how you want the head to be cocked on the pig, all kinds of fun things. So it's really quite cute. And I don't think you really need any kind of like fancy designer series paper for these. These are just so cute. The final thing I did is I added again another little flag for a little burst of color. Let me get this out of the way. I colored this with the light Highland Heather and then the pink. And we're just going to put that underneath a little bit. And then I love this one. It says, "I am so proud of you." Isn't that awesome? So this I did put on with some dimensionals. And I am going to add this to the card right now, like that. I am so proud of you. All right, goes along the bottom. And I did add a little bow with the linen thread. But again, you don't have to. You can use it if you have it, or you don't have to. But isn't that adorable? So that is card number 3. So again, you guys, this is a class that you can purchase. Yes, it is a little bit more costly. It's $75, but you're going to get all the supplies to make all 8 of these, or 4 cards, 2 of each of them. And it includes the bundle, the domes, and the loose shaker elements. And it includes shipping to you. Now, if you are local pickup, you would then only pay $65 for the class. So I did have to add 10 on for shipping because, you know, shipping's a true cost. So if local pickup is an option, I'm willing to work with you on that as well. All right, so I know, isn't it cute, Bonnie? I agree. You guys ready for my last card? Now this one I think is probably one of my favorites, even though it's not a shaker card. I love this. So this one uses the bubble bath. This card, I was actually inspired to make it right from the Stampin' Up! Website. So this is one of the samples that they kind of had to showcase this bundle. I did change it up a little bit, but I thought, oh my gosh, how cute is this? Now I did do the heat embossing in advance because I didn't want to have that out with everything else I needed out for tonight. But I'm going to show you how fun it is to make this card. So for this one, I used bubble bath for the card base, and then I also used a layer of bubble bath for the mat. Okay, so I'm going to put the card off to the side for a second. And then what I did is I did do some stamping, and we're going to do that together here tonight. You can see the cute little party, like confetti in the background here. So we're going to do some stamping with that confetti. But isn't this one so cute? So let me find out of my stamp set the confetti, because I hadn't used that yet. So this is the confetti stamp right here. So I'm just going to pull that out. And that one I stamped using bubble bath ink. So it just gives you a little bit of a background here. So I'm just going to kind of stamp a little bit of this here and there. And it gives you kind of a cute little background look. So again, you can kind of get as creative as you want, add as much as you want or as little as you want, but that's what I did. So we're going to leave it there. Oh, thank you, Philomena. I know, I think it's a cute one too. I really like this one. And then the neat thing is on this one, so I did, oops, and then I dropped those, but that's okay. So I did have the little piggy. This is stamped in white, and I used the pecan pie for this. So pecan pie. And so I am going to do a little bit of coloring. I colored the ears and some of the hoofs and things using crumb cake, because I just thought it was a little bit more of a muted color than the pecan was. So I'm just going to add a little bit of brown here to him. You can see here. And then I'm going to add color in this and that. Now, if you don't have blends, it's okay. You can color with any kind of coloring medium that you do have. Okay, so you don't have to have blends for this to work. You can use anything that you would like. I also have the dark bubble bath here, and I use that to color in his cute little nose. And then I also used this to, I may have used the light, but that's okay. All I grabbed was the dark for tonight. So he'll be a little bit darker, but that's okay. All right, and then what I did is I added some dimensionals to the back of this, and that is what we used for the, to raise this up. So I found myself using dimensionals if I wasn't making them shaker cards, and I found myself using, not using dimensionals if they were shakers. So when I'm not using shakers, dimensionals with shakers did not. Okay, I just found that to be easier, because that way it's flush against the cardstock with it being a shaker dome. All right, so we're gonna add the cute little pig head on here like this. Okay, and then this is the neat thing. So on the stamp set, we have this cute little party hat. So I did the hat, I did stamp the hat with white embossing powder, you know, did the Versamark in white embossing powder, and then I did that onto the strawberry slush cardstock. So I'm gonna show you that first after I bang the camera with my stamp set. So I'm just gonna cut apart the happy birthday. So another little neat way of using the happy birthday. And we are going to add a couple, I'm just going to add, I'm running out of dimensionals, but we're going to make it work. It's my last card. So I'm just going to add one to these, and then we're going to say happy birthday on it. So here's happy, and then the birthday is going to come over here. And this one I'm going to put over there a little bit, okay? And then we have the party hat that I've already cut out here. You can see the cute little party hat. That is embossed again with white embossing powder right on the strawberry slush. So let me just cut apart one of these little dimensionals here. I'm going to add one to that, like that. And that's going to go on here like this. And then what I did, so I actually have to pick it up because it fell on the floor. So bear with me here. I used the party hat, and what I did is I cut out the little party hats and cut off the cute little tassel. And that is what I used for the banner. The colors of ink that I used is peach pie, balmy blue, and then strawberry slush. Oh, thank you, Marianne. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to cut these out, and you can see here I'm just kind of going around the corner of the palm, and so that way I don't have it, because I want to make these a cute little banner. Can you guys see why I had so much fun with these and why I decided I had to offer it as a class? I had to share it. It was just too cute. So Like I said, it's a really cute card, perfect for, you know, it's great for graduation. Your graduate would love these with the cute little I am proud of you and stuff like that. So, okay, and then the last one we're going to cut out is the strawberry slush one. So let me actually just cut that down a little bit. It's easier for me to work with it when it's a little bit smaller. Again, just cutting around that to get the, I want the color. So you can see I'm cutting around the color, not on the line, I'm cutting around it. So that is what I do to be able to still have the lines so you can still visibly see what it is that it's supposed to be. If you cut right on the line, it takes away some of the definition. So what I did is I took a little piece of this linen thread. And you wouldn't even have to. No one's really going to notice that you didn't. But I made little bows. You can see my little bows here. And then what I did, oops, I'm pulling up my little piece. I used a glue dot and I added a glue dot down to the bottom of this. So it takes a little bit of finagling. But let me get a glue dot on this and cut it down just a smudge. Hopefully I can make it work on video. It's always easier to do it when it's closer to you. And on video, you have to have things a little bit further away from you. So I'm going to hope that I can make this work. But basically, you just kind of add a little bit of a curve to this. And a lot of that will come when you add the bows on. So I'm just going to see, I'm going to add this here for now. And then when I add the bow, I'll curve them up to the cute little arms. Do you see what I mean by that, you guys? So, and then from there, you just add the little banner pieces on with a dimensional in whatever way that you would like to. But in the sake of time, I'm going to add them on to the card later, but you guys kind of get the gist of it. You add on the cute little banner. So that is a different fun way. Now, I can't take the credit for this idea. This was a Stampin' Up! Idea that I saw them do, but I loved it. From there, I did use dimensionals to add the layer down to the card. Right here, it's on dimensionals. I used one on each four corners, one in the middle. And then you can see that I did use a little bit of our liquid Tombow glue and added some little confetti to the card in spots as well. Is that not cute? Okay, so let me bring in all of the cards for tonight and just kind of go over this class option with you again. This is what I call the Facebook Live exclusive class. So it is not one that I will be offering in my basement at all. But these are the 4 cards that I shared with you tonight. This class will be open for only about 10 days so that I can order the product and get this class in the mail to all of you. But these are what we created tonight. So again, to kind of recap what the class includes, you will get all the supplies to make these 4 cards, but you'll make 2 of each one, so a total of 8 cards. You'll get a typed up tutorial. And you'll also have access to this video. It'll be posted on Facebook, on YouTube, so you'll be able to come back and watch it later. And then you're also going to get a whole pack of these shaker domes. You get 12 of these shaker domes in a pack. You're going to get a full pack of these awesome little loose shaker elements. And you're also going to get this awesome stamp set and bundle. This bundle alone is $38.50, you guys. So like I said, I'm pricing it to where it's pretty much covering the cost of the supplies. So oh, that's not in all the way. I'm like, why isn't that thing closing? There we go. So you get the bundle, you get the shaker domes, you get the shaker elements, 8 cards, 4 designs. So you'll make 2 of each one of these. And I'm also including 8 envelopes. So all for $75 shipped to you, $65 local pickup. So I hope that you guys enjoyed what I created for you on Sunday. Like I said, it was a day where Natalie left for her 7-month stint in Disney again. And I just decided that I needed to do something fun for me. And this was what I called my fun time. And I just wanted to share it with all of you as well. So anyway, I'm hopeful that I am back to a better schedule for all of you, and I appreciate all of your understanding and your waiting for me to be live again after being gone for a little while with being crazy nuts with graduation on a Thursday night and everything else. So I do appreciate your patience and your coming back to watch again. I appreciate it. So I'm hopeful to be back with you guys on a more regular basis with even my emails and everything else. So thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. It is 8 o'clock, and most of you know I strive really hard to be done by 8. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be back with you guys all again next Thursday. Have a great weekend and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I'll be thinking about mine as he celebrates. You know, my dad passed away like 16 years ago, but it's always wonderful to think about dads and remember them and wish all the dads a happy Father's Day. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.